Hello and welcome to today's race. Today we're going to race at Bahrain Grand Prix. I hope this will be a quite nice race. We just need the race to start, and it's probably going to start in like a minute or so. Now hello everybody to this wonderful race at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Today I hope that we will see some exciting races from these drivers. Now as we are going to start P1. I hope today there ain't going to be many issues, but you will never know. Now as we're just waiting on the first drivers to go out on the track. It's a shining day today at the Bahrain Grand Prix. As we see the first cars going out on the track. Today we are following right now the Flying Boy as she's the first car to get out of the pits. It's going to be exciting to see how the driver's paces is, and yeah. It's actually the first time to see some of these names in. Now Will also have got on an outlap. Will, a known driver in this league. He ain't the fastest, but still he can sure deliver some fun races. And as Tom also goes on track. As he's coming down to this very tricky corner. When I'm playing F1, I can't really get it right, but let's see how Dress going to do. I see the AlphaTauri right in front of the Red Bull. Now the AARL just lets the Red Bull through. Ooh, and as we see the Aston Martin, still a beautiful car in my eyes. I really do like it. And as people are going out on their laps, still the people only have like 1 or 2 laps fuel. I think only 2 laps of fuel, because 1 to get out and 1 to do a hot lap. As you see, this AARL car, a really no, not AARL, Williams. I don't think it's the best looking car, but still, it's like futuristic on some points. But yeah. And as Tom has gone out to his outlap, now where will Tom end up? He's usually a very strong midfield player, but let's see what he end up producing today. As we just see the McLaren just storming through the track, getting down and hitting the apex. Maybe runs a little bit using not all of the track, but I think it should be fine. Ooh, just seeing these cars just flying past the corners is just so beautiful. Beautiful cars. I really like the McLaren design. I just think it's a good contrast between the orange and the blue. And Wolf with the fastest lap of the session, 1:28.490. Still, I haven't played F1 in quite a while, so don't know what the pace is like. But Tom going nearly half a second faster, or like more like 0.4. But still, drives just pushing, because when you are on this hot lap, you really need to push the car as much as you can just to keep the tires warm. Ooh, and Milo showing that he is actually up for the job and now sets in P1. Still, there's still plenty of time left in Q1, and it doesn't matter if you get Q1, Q2 or P1, P2 or P3, you're still going to Q2. But still haven't seen what times the rest of the field is going to make. Ollie sitting right behind Milo. Ooh, and Civic taking P1 in the Mercedes. There's still some people into the pits. Maybe waiting for some of the other drivers to get into the pit so they can so they don't run into traffic, but ooh, as you see Shaggy just trying to get the perfect temperatures in his tires. As he's on an outlap. And as he comes down to start his hot lap. Now let's see, where will Shaq actually end up? And we see Milo and Reese are already into the pits. Ooh, and as he's coming down into the corner, still a beautiful trim. Ooh, as you see him go through the chicanes using all of the track. Coming down into the braking zone. I've heard. Ooh, maybe runs a little bit wide. Will the lap be disqualified? I don't know. I've heard a little bit about on the Discord that the hash drive should be kind of strong, but let's see. Can the hash drive prove me right that there will be actually a strong contender for the championship? But uses maybe a little bit too much off the track, but what time is he going to produce? The car looks like he is slowing down, and he's going into pits without setting a lap time. Was this here a mistake? Was it the tires that went right? Or did he just cut the track too much? I think it's the last thing, but still Hamilton out on outlap. He needs to get a good lap in if he's going to wanting to go into Q2. And also the flyboy needs to go out. And as we see Hamilton now on an outlap, trying to get out of P12. No, P11. And Stativ with a new fastest lap of 1:26.651. That's pretty fast. So, as we see Hamilton now going in just a moment on his lap. Still, the forces these cars can produce is just immense. As he's coming down to start his lap, using the DRS. Going through the chicane, using all of the track. And as we come down to my favorite, just in a moment coming down to my favorite part of this track. The chicane's very fast but still tricky. You can lose a lot of time here. A little bit shy on going onto the curbs, but still the curbs can unsettle the car. And as we see him come down. Now how is he going to do this corner? That looks quite nice. Coming down to the left-hander, you can take it very, very fast. Now the right-hander, don't go onto the curbs because it will kill you. As we see him coming down, still a little bit shy of using all the track, but what is he going to get of a time? Still, he's back and doesn't do anything. It don't want to slip out. And it's a fastest lap at 1:26.54. Beautiful lap from Sir Hamilton. Now it's still fun to see these drivers just try to push the cars. Now what can Jack do? Can he get out of P15? Can he show us how to drive? Just letting the Alfa Romeo through. Now still, Jack hasn't done a lap yet. But let's see. Still got some traffic just in front by the Alfa Romeo. But as Jack going down into the first corner. Using pretty much all of the track. Now how is he going to do now? Now into the chicanes. Ooh. Beautiful. Coming down, hitting the apex. Still, his backend is just very stable. Coming down into the hard trigger corner. Ooh, is he going to get it right? No, he's going to do... Oh, go run a little bit late. He's just pushing the car too much. Ah, what a shame. I don't think he will go through with this lap time. Only 5 minutes left, so you have to power into the pits to try to get some more fuel. Ooh. Well, what can the flying boy produce? Oh, he's going to go through with check, but still that ain't the time he can use. Now, is he going to be stuck in P1, Shaggy? Well, as we see the flying boy on his outlap. Now the flying boy needs to try to get into P2. Still, P15 ain't a good place to start a race. All the way at the back. Still, Hamilton sitting pretty comfortable in the lead with 0.15 tons. Pretty solid gap. Now as the flying boy goes out on his lap. Ooh! And Hamilton retiring from the season. Ooh, I didn't see that coming. Now, will this affect where he's going to start in the race? Please let me know. I haven't seen that the P1 driver goes out of session. But as you see the flying boy coming down. Ooh, hitting the apex. Ooh, a little bit. He just needs to catch the car that will lose him some tenth. Ooh, doesn't go as wide as Shaggy, but still. Now, will he get destroyed by the curbs? No, he would not. Ooh, using all of the track. Still, he has 2 wheels on the track. Now as he comes down to the last corner. Now let's see the flying boy. Will he get into Q2? Ooh, and he goes P4 with a 127.1. That's still 0.6 milliseconds. 0.6 seconds behind Hamilton, but still it will grant him a P4 and a pretty comfortable feeling of getting into Q2. Now can only get the just the last microsecond to get into Q2. As we see him come down. Still beautiful how these cars perform. So they are just so fast and have so good brakes. Ooh, goes a little bit wide. Yeah, that lap should probably not be. Ooh, but it counts. Ooh, nearly gets P3. But still, he will probably go into Q2. Ooh, and Will now. Ooh, Will going into P5, showing that he still got some pace. Ooh, and no, the flying boy actually sets a pretty good lap. Still half a second behind Hamilton, but still, that will grant him a P3. Beautiful, beautiful. Now it looks like Risa has disconnected from the session, so I didn't know if he got time to set no, but still, this here is the last chance for Shaggy to try to show that he should be in Q2. Still the car just running through the track. He really needs to push now to get into Q2. As you just see the car storming through. Now let's see, where will Shaq actually end up in this race? Will he go into Q2? As she comes down to the last corner. Now let's see how she's going to end up, and he's going into doesn't perform and ends up in Q1. Ooh, I have thought that Shaq actually will get into Q2, but still he doesn't have the pace. Nearly 1 second behind P1. So there's some improvements to be made, but that was all for Q1. Wait, are we only going to get the one qualifying? But still, after qualifying 1, it's Hamilton in first, Statif in second, Flying Boy in third, Carnold in fourth, Ollie in fifth, Will in sixth, Shashu in seventh, Tismo in eighth. Now, as we're going into qualifying 2, now, will there actually be 2 races? Already a lot of the cars onto track, unlike qualifying 1 or Q1. As we are following Hamilton, who was the fastest car in Q1. Ooh, and looks like today we are going to have the Aston Martin safety car. I don't hope we will see so much of it, but you never know what happens on the track. Now, as we are nearly at the last corners of the track. Now, as we see Hamilton, now let's see what lap he's going to produce. Yeah, right now I think Hamilton is the favorite to win the race, but you never know. Now, as we see Hamilton through the chicanes. Oh, coming down. Still fun to see them just trying so fast. Ooh! And Hamilton's spins are probably taking too much of a deadly curb. Such a shame, such a shame. That means that we probably ain't going to see a good time from Hamilton on this stint. But he probably needs to go into pits to get some more fuel to take another hot lap. And right now it's Tismo with the fastest lap. But still, Hamilton showed that in Q1 that he was pretty fast. Now, as you see Hamilton going into the pits for some more fuel. And we all knew this. Now, as he needs to get into the pits because you can take and fill the car up, but now let's see Ollie as he goes into his lap. Ooh. Taking the corners pretty beautifully. Still, I really like how the cars look when they're just going so fast, going at enormous speeds and just braking where you thought you would brake too late. But it's crazy to see as they're going almost 250. Ooh. Coming down, is he going to it? Maybe. Oh, he wants a little bit wide. That will cost him a bit amount of time, but still, it's a small things that can change the game. Ooh, how will he hit it? Ooh, he uses good amount of track. I really like it. It looks very fast now as he comes down. Ooh. Now let's just hope that he ain't going to spin out like Hamilton did. Still, Tismo got the fastest lap. Now, let's see what can Ollie bring to the table. As he comes down and go into P8, still Tismo sitting at P1 with pretty much half a second. Now, as we see Will in the beautiful Red Bull going on to his outlap to try maybe to get P1. As he sees there is some weak points with Tismo and Stativ not making the perfect lap times. Still kinda sad to see Shaggy not perform. He must have done something wrong when he does 141.222. Very disappointing to see. I really had hope this time for the Haas team, but now still the cars just have all of the grip in the world. Ooh, let's see. Careful not to hit the inside curve. That can force your car to spin. Now as will goes into his hot lap in just near seconds as he goes over the finish line to start. Now it's all about pushing the car. Ooh, and he just hits the chicane like a dream. Now coming down into chicanes. Just seeing the car just rush through beautifully. Still, this here is something else to see than like GT3. The speeds are just enormous. Ooh, Hamilton so close, only 0.015 of a second behind Tismo. Hamilton will surely get a lap that is faster, but still, either you get P1 or P2. Doesn't matter how much you need. Ooh. And Sierstu getting him into P3. Beautifully done. Now we'll need to probably step up his game. Still, he has the pace to get into P1. Ooh, as we just see him go through the corners. Ooh. Using all of the curb on the outside now. How is he going to hit it? Now as he comes down to the last part of the track. Now this here will be quite interesting to see what time Will is going to do. Is he going to take P1? Now only 4 minutes left for Hamilton to try to get P1. Now let's see, is Hamilton going to try to take P1 from Tismo or from Will? Or will a third party actually go in and just snap the P1? Ooh, and Will, as I thought, he's going to produce. He has done it. He's into P1. Now, is there somebody that can have time to take it, or is he going to just snatch the podium from Lewis? That is the faster car, as he has shown in Q1. Yeah, that is some good shice. That's some good racing. I really like it. Ooh. Now remember, I think it was the start of the stream. I said Will was a good midfield player. Forget it. I have never said it. He is clearly going to try to get the podiums. Now it looks like we can see the three people that is dominating. Still, Will Tismo and Hamilton, they are so close together, close times. That will mean we're probably going to see some close racing, and close racing is the best racing. There are almost 0.4 seconds to P4. Now this is what I like. And as we see Tismo wanting to get back that place, wanting to get back P1. As he's going out on an outlap. Still, I think Hamilton don't want to go and try to get P1. He knows he maybe is so fast that he will just do it in the race. If that is the case, that's some mad confidence then from that person. Now, what can Will actually do? What will he do? Tismo, what will he do? Will he end up getting P1? As he's just pushing the car through the track. I've never seen Alfa Romeo so strong in 2021. Oh, and out of the blue. Ooh, I haven't seen that coming. Ooh. Ooh. Now, this is interesting. Another player has just joined the front pack. And it looks like the players are getting together. Now we got P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. Close. Having some similar times. Only 0.3 seconds between. Ooh. Now, as Risa and Will is returning, it looks like Will is thinking it's actually alright to get P2. Still, how do you actually say? Ooh, and Tismo with P1, he takes P1. Ooh, and improves the lap time by a significantly margin this year. This will be interesting. Now, Hamilton, he could probably go out on one more lap, but he didn't. Ooh! Ooh! And Conrad. Conrad, as we say in Denmark, goes in and snatches P3. I would not have seen this coming. Now Hamilton, is he going to drop any more places? I think he was fine and thought he was probably going to stay in P3, but he wasn't. Now this here will be interesting. That is so much better than just P2, P3, P1, P2, 1, 2 and 3 just fighting. Now 6. Ooh, wait. Who just got up? And Ollie also. Now Hamilton into 7th. That ain't that as good as I thought. Still a beautiful lap from Ollie. Really close to get to actual P3. Ooh, it looks like Ollie and Will probably have nearly the same lap times. This year will be interesting. This year can be one of the most exciting races that will be this season. Now is we going to get a very good race? And if we is, that is the reason why I still commentate. It's just to see how these players can push the cars. Still, it gives you kind of like an effect that normal F1 can't do, because this here is just some normal people that have a passion for driving in sim. And we also got drivers from all over the world now. How is the grid going to look up after P2? And will be Tismo in P1 with the Alfa Romeo, Antrix in the Mercedes, Conrad in the Williams, Will in the Red Bull, Ollie in the Aston Martin, Canvero in the Alpine, and Hamilton in the Mercedes, Milo in the McLaren, Seu in the Aston Martin, and Reeser in the Ferrari. Now, how is this going to end up? This year can be quite fun. I will just make a shout out to Nürburgring, my favorite track of all time, still pretty good. Nürburgring for the win. Love the track. And I should know that that some people that are watching this also like it very much. Now as we're going into Q3. Now let's see, this here is the 10th fastest drive of this session. Now, as we see, the drivers just getting out of the pits. And as we see Hamilton going out. Ooh, just letting Reeser, I believe, get through. Now, as all the people, but what has Hamilton done? Oh, and Hamilton, Hamilton gets disqualified from the season. It looks like for blocking. No, Hamilton, no. This wasn't what he expected. Oh, Hamilton, such a mistake. Oh. Well, Hamilton in this year will end up being harder. He just have done this race harder for himself. But still, he can do some wonderful recovery driving. Ooh. Now, this year is... Yeah, now the drivers really need to push to try to get out to Hamilton. He has still done the fastest lap on the session. Now it's just to make space between you and him. Yeah, but still, I think I have the faith in the drivers that they can probably keep Hamilton back, but still he has shown himself that he is one of the better drivers in this session. Hamilton, I believe in you that you can do it. Now, will this here be Hamilton to P1? I sure know he's probably got some fans. Now, as we're just watching Shu on his lap, just breaking, I think, around the 100-meter board. Hamilton got disqualified because he was blocking the pit exit. So, well, he wasn't like blocking it, he was just trying to the right, but the game registered it as, yeah. And I just got noticed that it was because of his controller died. Oh, that's a shame. I don't know if the admins are fast and Samsu saying the fastest lap. If he had done that lap last, he will get a pretty nice plate, but yeah. Maybe if the stewards are fast, they can't maybe restart the qualifying, but I don't think this will happen. I think actually it would be better to just keep going because of the excitement and the exciting race that Hamilton can make for us by starting in P10. Now, this is see only 7 minutes remaining, just some few seconds. Still, reason will just very close between each other. We are just seeing some similar lap times. Ooh, and we're going into P1 with a fast lap 126.811. A pretty respectable time around the circuit. But still there is some time for improvement. As we've seen in Q1, Hamilton almost 0.4 seconds faster. But still there is some time for improvement. 6 minutes left. Now, this can actually end up being a race between Hamilton and Will just trying to get as much gap, a big of a gap between Hamilton so he can catch up. Well, it will be fun to see if Hamilton is just going to be aggressive pushing for that P1. As we're just flying all even round. Still, I will hope to see Will in P1. Is it Will for the podium? Or is it going to be Hamilton? Or is it a third driver? Still, not the biggest gap between Susui. Shishu. Only about 20 milliseconds. Now I will just go to the toilet before the race. So, well, in the meantime, you can see Timon going on his outlap. back. Now with only 2 minutes left and Will is on an outlap. Now Will probably want to get maybe a little bit of a bigger gap between Soyu and himself. Now as he goes out. Ooh, I've just received notice that Soyu have a power cut. Ooh, that ain't good. And Tismo with a fast slap out of nowhere sets a perfect time. Not the perfect lap, but a really good time. A 126.888 precisely. Now, Will just needs to find that small, pretty much small time to get P1. Ooh, and he's just racing, pushing the car. And now, will he die of the deadly curbs? Ooh, no, it looks like he will come out in one piece. Now, as he comes down to the last corner of the track, using all of the track, braking at around 100-meter board. Ooh, he uses all of the curb. Now, let's see. Can Will get the P1? It looks promising. And he will! He will! He has just set a time that's pretty much comparable to what Hamilton did in Q1. This here is some great news. That's what I want to see. Yes, go. That's the driver we have been looking for. Now, this here is a driver that can pretty much outpace maybe Hamilton or maybe push him. Ooh, this here is some great news. Ooh, this here is good. This here is good. Will, I hope you can take the win. I hope to see you shine. Now, this here should be the thing from this here. Now it maybe the other Mercedes can produce a lap, but it depends on if he's going on a hot lap. No. It's a shame to see the Mercedes doing so poorly in Q3. The Mercedes shown that they are fast, they can dominate this race, but still they don't have the pace in qualifying. Alright, that was the qualifying done. Now it will be Will starting in P1, my boy Will, and Conrad in P2, Tismo in P3, Suyui in P4, Milo in P5, Reese in P6, Cathro in P7, Ollie in P8, Asterix in P9, and Sir Hamilton in P10 after getting disqualified by his controller. Stopped hand power. Now, this here is why it can be interesting. The starters race, P1. The battle for positions at the start. Now, no Puncherino drivers. Don't want to see some accidents. Now 20 seconds to the race. Now as you see the start. Now how it's going to look. Ooh. As the drive's just launching off, coming in. Ooh, now how is it going to look? Places are being exchanged between the drivers. Ooh, it looks like no collisions. Ooh, a very fine race start. People are just getting pushed off the track, but still. Ooh, and we got the first retirement of the season. After the session. Ooh. Still people are just fighting for places. Oh, and we already got a virtual safety car. And as we see, so you all the way on in the back. Ooh, still a shame to see it. Now I'm not really sure what happened, but still we will in P1, Sismon P2, Mile in P3. I think Mile have actually gained some positions. We should just right behind Milo. And Shaq going into P10. And Shaq has actually overtaken Hamilton. Ooh, and a 5-second penalty. Now still beautiful. Ooh! And looks like Tom may actually have gone a bit too wide there. Still Will holding it. Shaq just being a monster. But ooh, he's going to be overtaken by both Hamilton. Ooh, and Shaq going into the inside. Shaq just the balls on that boy. He is going for all it. He knows he needs to push to get it. Will he go after the inside? Ooh, just nearly push out the AlphaTauri. As we see him going into here. Shaq doing a wonderful performance. Now he's just making a train. He is actually in P8. And Hamilton all the way up in P7. He started in P10. And the fastest lap from right with around for stative now. The fastest laps are just rolling in. And now here's the fun part. The DRS has been enabled. Ooh. Still Will. Shaq still holding, but got close. Got a close fight from the car behind. Ooh, Will just holding the car behind back. Now there is beginning to form some kind of a gap between Shaq and Hamilton. Or AJ. Oh, still the AlphaTauri just holding on to the back of the Haas. Ooh. And already AJ with fastest lap. Ooh! Will the AlphaTauri in on the inside? Can Shaq actually hold it into a corner? Ooh, they're going in for a close battle. What? And Hamilton into P5. Shaq loses the place. Hamilton, what have you done? It looks like Hamilton, AJ, and we got a car off the track. Is it Milo? Ooh. And the AlphaTauri runs a little bit right there. We'll say Shaq will keep up the place, and the AlphaTauri loses place to Tom. Ooh, and as we can see how AJ just showing how dominant he is. He's already into P4, showing his pure speed and power. Ooh. All the way in up the tail of Stativ. No! What happened? Ollie! Ooh, Ollie was just flying into the barrier. That will cause a safety car. Ooh, he probably took too much of the curb. He won't recover from that. That was a big crash. Ooh. Still, that is a deadly corner now. As you just see the car on the middle of the track in pieces. That is sure DNFs. Now, as we see, Hamilton into P2 after will have pitted. Will take the opportunity to pit. Now, is wise to take the pits now. And Ollie has less decision. Still, ooh, it was a huge crash from him. He was just pushing too much. I think he took too much of the curb, but yeah, I didn't see. I only saw him going into the barrier. Now this here is where it will be fun. Now Will in P4 only losing, going into P4 with fresh tires, and Hamilton on mediums that is 5 laps old. Now it's 5 laps old mediums versus the new from Will. And Shaq starting from the back of the grid, going into P6 after the all of the pit stops. How will he end up when he actually pit stops himself? Now we just wait for the steward to give us the sign that shows that the safety car will go out on this lap, and I think maybe if we are lucky it will go out on this lap. Yeah, Shaq play of the game. have done a beautiful job. Now it will be fun to see what Will can do after safety car. He took the opportunity to make an early pit. No. As we just as we're just seeing all of the cars just swinging to the right and to the left to keep just a little bit of warmth in their tires and get that little bit of advantage. Now will the safety cars go off? Now how will it look like? Ooh, the fly boy going into P2, but can he hold it after? Ooh, gets right under 13 people just going back, and Milo now got a 3-second penalty. Ooh, and it looks like the fine boy had gone into P1. Beautifully done. Stasov in P2. Still Shaq in P5. Now got overtaken by Will, but how is it going to look in just a matter of some corners? Ooh, Risa just dropping down. Ooh. Ooh, it looks like that Will actually is getting a little bit of pressure from Shaq behind. The flying boy still holds it, and is it another person out of the track? It looks like Stativ. Has he damaged the car too much? Ooh, it looks like he came up alive. That must be a risky, a near-death experience. But still, that will say Will is in P2, P3, and Hamilton now trying to hunt down the flying boy. Now, will he do his move on this corner? No, he will not. Now we'll need to keep up to try to see if he can find a window, though, to take the opportunity or overtake Hamilton. Ooh, a little bit slip. Ooh, and Will just getting a little bit closer and close, but it looks like he got a bad exit, so now he's just 1 second behind. Now can he get into DRS zone again? On if he can't, it will be very hard for him to keep up. Still Hamilton pressuring the flying boy from behind. Ooh, and as we just see the cars going through the corners at unimaginable speeds. And now DRS is enabled. Now it's the fun part. Now is where they got some opportunities. Now how will it look like Hamilton going very aggressive down at the pit lane. Ooh, and Will goes past Hamilton. Ooh, Will for the win. Now Hamilton actually also gets pressured by Milo from behind. Milo trying to find the move. Milo is on the softer tires. Ooh, Milo trying to go into the outside, but Hamilton leaves no space for Milo. Now Risa, he can see there will probably be an opportunity to maybe overtake them both. Ooh, what did Hamilton just do? Ooh, it looks like that Hamilton just did a very bad move. That is wonderful to see for the people that want to see Will win. Ooh, I didn't exactly see what happened, but it looks like he ain't got no damage. It looks like he just went a little bit wide, and because of the pack is so closed up, he couldn't re-enter the track safely. Now this here is some great news for Will, that knows that it's Hamilton that will pressure him for the win. Now Will just need to try to hunt. Ooh, and Risa actually getting the opportunity to overtake Milo. Now, can Will actually made up the time? He got there, if he got the advantage by it. Ooh, still Will, it looks like he maybe can't hold the pace, but still. Ooh, what happened? Ooh, why is Shaq now down at P12? He was doing so great. Now Hamilton, it looks like he was just going out of the pits now. Now Will is just lacking a little bit of pace. Ooh. Now Will, on every straight, he's just gaining a little bit of time, a little bit piece by piece, but at the end it can't end up paying off, as now he's just getting closer. Will he get into half a second territory by the end of the straight? It looks like, ooh, he's getting dangerously close. Now Will trying to get closer and closer. He is making time. Ooh, only 0.6 seconds. Now it is important for Will to try to keep his race style clean and try not to get a penalty. As we just see drives getting closer and closer. Still Hamilton have not recovered from his incident yet, and it looks like he has been into the pits because he's almost 30 seconds back. Ooh. Now it's look like it's the battle of the Titans. Shaq, the overall best player in this league by a far margin, versus Hamilton. Ooh, and it looks like maybe Hamilton using some kind of a speed hack to get the champion. Such a shame. Now Shaq into the last place, but still Will gaining time on the flying boy. Now Will is losing some time through some of the sectors. Ooh, and Hamilton putting in a fastest lap. Ooh. Ooh, half a second. This can be deadly. Will he make up half a second on the straight that is going to come? Will we see an opportunity for him to overtake? And Race Control has somehow given Shaq a 3-second penalty. I don't know what is for, but I hope it won't affect his race. As we are coming down, Will is just getting closer and closer. Now he's gaining some real time. Will he actually go for the inside? Is it close enough? It doesn't. I don't think so. Ooh, just shy of getting up an opportunity to overtake. Ooh, only half a second between the two drivers. No. Ooh, Will still can't hold on to the flyboy. You can see that a gap has begun to happen between Flyboy and Will and Milo and Risa. Still, Hamilton needs to gain at a certain amount of time to get up and push Will. Ooh, now he's only 0.5 seconds, and Flyboy has made the decision to go into the pits now. That will say Will is in the P1 now. What will Flyboy actually go onto? It looks like he's going into radius the hard tire zone. Yeah. No. Ooh. Now it looks like that the Will ain't going to be pressured from anyone behind, but will Risa actually go for the move? He is very close to him. Ooh. Still Risa and the Alpha Terry still so close to each other. Now when will we see a move from Risa? Now as we are going down in just a second to the line. Ooh, wait, will we see the overtake? Ooh, and we probably will. Now can he actually hold it for the straight? Ooh, this here is going to be close. No, but the Avatar is actually going into the pit, so. Now 7 seconds for Reese to get up to Will. And Hamilton already into ninth position. He will still have to get 15 seconds. There's still a lot of time for Hamilton to be made to get up to Will. Ooh, a beautiful car just running by us. Now it looks like the pack is getting a little bit away from each other, but Conrad is getting some time up on Tismo. Now as he's going down, he's now into the DRS zone. And it looks like Reese's going into pits. What is he going to change? He's taking another compound of, I believe, medium tires. So maybe we will actually see him into pits again. But we are over halfway through the race now. Not many laps to go. Will Hamilton go and make a move? He doesn't quite. Will he go into the and Hamilton pushes a little bit too hard. He's just making too many mistakes for getting P1 this race. He was just trying to push and gain the advantage up on Reeser, but he couldn't quite hold the car on track. He was just showing some that he could probably do it, but too many mistakes. But as he's getting closer and closer to stative. Now will we see, and we probably will see an overtake, and that is. But Hamilton still got a fight, trying to get up and at least get some more points. Now it's Conrad and Tismo for the fight for P2. They're just trying very close to the last few laps. Conrad has just tried to gain some time. Now he's under half a second. I'm pretty sure we can't expect to see some overtaking soon from these two guys. And as they're getting closer and closer. Now this here will be fun to see. Will Conrad get through when we are going to get DRS? Only half a second. This here will be really close as we're going into. But he have got the time. As they're going side by side still. But Conrad closes the gap off and takes the position. Beautifully done between the two drivers. Now Tismo can't really keep up, it looks like. He's just dropped half a second behind. And Shaq actually going through and overtaking. This here will be it's a close battle between Shaq and the Mercedes. But it looks like Mercedes got through. But will the Master Shaq get through? Can he hold on? I don't think so. And looks like they're going to be. It is the AlphaTauri just go through Milo. Now Tismo still holding on and trying to push Conrad. Still only half a second between the two drivers. And just will pushing away. Now nearly a 10-12 second gap. But I probably think Will is going for a strategy to go into the pits again. Remember, he pitted on lap 5, but I don't think he can go through with the tires. Now we'll just need to concentrate. And looks like Conrad has broken off the DRS. That's just beautiful news for Conrad. Coronati. Maybe I'm saying his name wrong. Caronati. Just sounds wrong, but and Milo getting a 3-second penalty. Now Tismo into the DRS zone again, getting DRS down the small straight. Gaining a lot of time, getting into the half-second marker. As we just seen Tesmo and Caronelt just fighting, still holding him behind. And that just happened what that shouldn't happen. The Williams just spun out. Not the first time we have seen he's only going to lose one place, but still. Not the best. Sadly, it was just such exciting thing to see. Now, as Conrad is going into the pits. Now, what compound is he going out on? And looks like he's going to switch with soft. He's probably going to try to gain back the time by using the softer tires. There's now only 8 laps left. And as he is just getting right behind Stativ. And as Hamilton and his teammate is just going toe to toe. And looks like Hamilton has gone through. Now looks like the grid is pretty spread after all these laps with no safety car. Normally that will be like 3 safety car in just one race. But here we only have 1 safety car, and it was at the start. No, 2 safety cars actually. But still we haven't got one recently. Now it is fun to see Sismo in last place. He showed potential in the qualifying, but I don't think he could hold the pace. Now Hamilton into P9. It's not where I would think to see him, but he have had quite a disastrous race. Went from P10 to P2 after some laps, and now after his little two incidents he has just dropped down. Now we'll just have to hold on to his first place and try and a 3-second penalty to the AlphaTauri. We'll just need to try not to spin. Ooh, what happened? Shaq. Ooh, it looks like Shaq has DNF'd, but for what reason? Ooh, I didn't see what has actually ended up happening with Shaq. Ooh, that is not good. Ooh, and Hamilton retiring from the session, but for what reason? Now, this is just some great news from Will. Ooh, and it looks like Hamilton is in the barrier. Ooh, Hamilton is in the barrier. Ooh, I don't know what happened to Shaq, but at least Hamilton is now out. Ooh, this ain't good. I really want to know what ended up happening. Oh, my phone just died, so I can't see the chat. But ooh, Hamilton have just had such a disastrous race. And that will say he will end up in P12 with no points at all. Oh, such a shame. Well, now it looks like Will is going to have a fun time, but because of the stage car, maybe we will actually see Tismo going a little bit aggressive towards Will and trying to take on the last laps, taking the place from Will. Now it says 14 seconds, but when Will get to safety car, they will close up by quite a bit. Ooh, and Will actually takes the time to go into the pits. And now this here can be dangerous. He's going onto the soft tires to get the maximum performance. Will actually get a free pit stop, as Tismo also goes into the pits. Ooh, maybe would have thought that Tismo actually would go on to race with just the hard tires, but he switched on to a soft compound, but won't lose any places because of the big gap between the two drivers, Tismo and Conrad. Now this here is some great news for Will. He gets a free tire change. And also Tismo gets a free one. This is all that Will wants. Now as we're going into the closing laps of this race, you can see that Will have probably catch up to the car. Yes, he has. And now Tismo is just coming down to line up once again. Now this here is what the exciting thing is, because they need to push because of the last laps. Ooh. Now the whole grid just lines up, getting very tight together. Now how will this race end up? It still ain't certain if now will go on to win the race. Now Will really has to show that he's got the pace and get a good exit to try to keep out of the carnage from P1, from turn 1. Now we just have to wait for the safety car to go off. Now will the safety car go off this lap? Now as we're coming down to the last part of the track. And safety car will go off this lap. Now as we're coming down into the first corner. Now how we'll end up after this. As you just can see the grid just coming down. Ooh, flying through. Ooh, and I think Reese got a bad exit, and Milo also. And will have gone out and stayed alive through the turn 1. Not this year, just some great things. And the Flyboy, ooh, gets Conrad. Can the Flyboy just hold it the last laps of this race? Now I should just see him go ring down into the hairpin. Ooh, the flying boy just getting a good exit and still gets really close to Tismo. Will we actually see the flying boy on P2? This could be a great performance for the AlphaTauri. Ooh, and the flying boy just getting dangerously close to him. But still, the flying boy, if he overtakes, he needs to get I think it's 3 seconds penalty he got. So that will apply after race. So you probably won't see him in P2, but he can finish it and show with honor that he actually have the potential to get a high place. Ooh, it looks like Statev had just gained a position. And we'll all using the fight from Tismo and the flying boy to gain the a bit of gap. Now only 2 laps left. Ooh, this year will be close to see who will finish in P2 and show that they can do it. Will it be the flying boy getting dangerously close to Tismo's tail? Ooh, will he go for the opportunity? Does he get through? He's going on the outside. That will be hard to overtake. Ooh, leaves. Nearly slides up or catches the car and goes through. The flying boy shows that he got what it takes to be at the front. But he's probably going to finish behind Stativ because of that dangerous penalty. That is why you want to keep racing clean, because something like this can happen. Ooh, and we got a sector 2 and DRS is enabled. I don't think what caused yellow flags, but hope somebody didn't flick into the wall or into each other. Now we're just sitting comfortably, but still Conrad sees maybe an opportunity to just on the last 2 laps maybe overtake Tismo. Ooh, and Tom's getting a 3-second penalty for multiple bearings. This ain't good for him. That could possibly lead Attila Alfix to a P7 nearly. Maybe P8. Ooh, the flying boy getting close to Will. The flying boy just showing how much pace he got. The flying boy, I don't know where he got the pace, but he's just flying through the track. He's pretty much gained half a sec, nearly 2 seconds. Now can the flying boy actually also setting the fastest lap of a 172.8. That will probably grant him another 3 point. Ooh, and he's nearly up on Will. Maybe he will actually end up overtaking Will. Now this here could be disastrous. Is if he's going on the inside and he overtakes Will. Now can Will actually gain the place back? No, Will makes a mistake and spun off. Oh, that is no, not Will. The flying by pressing Will to actually keep pushing the car. He ends up pushing the car too much. He was sitting comfortably at P1 on the last lap. But the flying boy just pressed him too much and the pressure just overtook him. Yeah. And after shockingly, he can't keep his pace and loses another point. Another finish. That's just so depressing to see. Will has driven so good, driven consistently fast. On all the 92 laps, but at the last lap, his car just slips out. So sad to see. He couldn't gone through by P1. But it will say that Tismo gets a P1 Stativ in P2, the flying boy in P3, Conrad in P4, Risa in P5, Outslicks in P6. Such a shame to see how Will ends up. He was clearly the person that got the biggest chance to win this. Driver Day is Stativ. Such a shame. But still incredible dream from the flying boy. Finding the pace. Now it will be a victory for Germany and podiums for Poland. Monaco, I couldn't see how the flag was put, but yeah. Incredibly race. Now as it is, Tismo in P1, Stativ in P2, the flying boy in P3, Conrad in P4, Risa in P5, Alfrix in P6, Will in P7, Tom in P8, Sud hit trash in P9, Milo in P10. Ah, shame to see Will down in P9 when he could easily gotten and get a P1. But yeah, that was all for this race. It was an incredible race packed with action. I loved it so much. This is the reason why I want to commentate. But I hope you guys will take care of yourself, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Now, this here was Martin Chamberlain commentating, and have a good one. See ya.